4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchison.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register, and very much appreciate you guys tuning us in this week. We've got a lot of fun coming up. We're going to be joined by Madison Central football coach William Blair, just introduced on Wednesday as the new head man over there, and he's brought along with him KJ Wells and Hayden Kaiser. So we're going to look ahead to football season. I know it's December, but we're going to look ahead anyway. We're going to have some fun. Trust me, stick around. You'll want to check it out. We had a lot of fun with Coach Blair, and he's an interesting character. And of course, he's been here the past couple of years as a defensive coordinator, and now taking over as the head man following the retirement of Mike Holcomb. So you're going to find out some stuff about him you probably didn't know. So stay tuned for that. But as always, we like to start off the show the same way we always start off the show, with a recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And we got lots of video clips and lots of good stuff to tell you about this week. And of course, we are going to start with probably the biggest news of the week here in Madison County, and that the retirement of Coach Mike Holcomb at Madison Central. Of course, Mike came kind of out of retirement to come over to Madison Central for a couple of seasons, but 2 years at Madison Central, 2 region championship games. They won a region championship in 2021 and lost in the region championship this year, but 19-8 in the 2 seasons here at Madison Central, 308 career wins. And Mike is going to pack it in and go home and enjoy some time with his family. I know you'll see the video here in a minute, but there was this kind of came out Wednesday. A lot of people were like, "What happened? What's wrong?" And nothing's wrong. He just Mike's in his 60s, and he's just time for him to move on with a different part of his life. And so here's what Coach Holcomb had to say at the press conference on Wednesday when he announced his retirement.
And I've been retiring, and I've had a great 2 years here. It's been fun for me, and I hope that the players have enjoyed it as much as I have. And I just, at that time of my life, I just spend some time with my family and do more things with them. And but other than that, it's just been fun here. It's all based on things that I have to deal with. It's been great here at Madison Central. We have a great administration. From the principal all the way through. We have a great student body. We have great support from all over the community. We have great cheerleaders, band, dance team. Everybody around us was just great. The news coverage here is outstanding. We have a Richmond Register that be on in. Of course, our elections channels always have done us great. But with that being said, I just, like I said, it's been a great time here, and I can't wait to continue from a distance watching Madison Central football continue to develop. It's all the athletic pros, all the athletic pros should work hand in hand. And that's been a big plus in the time I've been here. But with all that said, I'll turn this back over to Mr. Prince and just continue to roll track.
We're going to miss Coach. He, the past couple of years, got to know him pretty well. And we always joke on Tuesday afternoons I'd go over to the Central to film the Pancake Block of the Week video with Stephanie from IHOP, and I usually hang around afterwards and talk to Coach, and had a lot of fun. So we're going to miss Coach, but I got a feeling we're going to see him around quite a bit. So I don't think Coach is going anywhere anytime soon. So, well, we got high school football news in December, but of course this was the first full week of high school basketball in the state of Kentucky, and every Madison County varsity high school team picked up a victory this week. So that's a great way to start the season. And one team that's off to a really great start is the Madison Southern Lady Eagles, 3-0 on the year already. A 62-34 win Monday over East Jessamine 52-36 win Thursday at Wayne County, then came home Friday night and picked up a 56-42 win at over Casey County. In the win over Casey County, it was Hadley French with 15 points and 6 assists, and Bella Moberly with 13 points and 5 rebounds. And after the game, our buddy Ricky Elkins had a chance to talk to Coach Josh Curtis and Bella Moberly.
And big win tonight at Madison Southern as Lady Eagles defeat Casey County 56-42. Big win here. We have Bella Moberly and Josh Curtis, the head coach here. Coach, kind of a tight game all the way through until about the end of the third to the fourth quarter, and you kind of broke away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've the first 2 games, that's kind of been our MO. We've struggled with the first half, and in the second half, for whatever reason, we figured some things out, and they locked down the defensive end, and that usually leads to some easy offensive buckets. So same pattern tonight.
Well, you're 3-0 and back-to-back wins. Did you expect a letdown? Because it's kind of hard to play back-to-back.
It's very hard to play back-to-back. We went to Wayne County last night. That's a long drive. We got home late. It was a tough game with them, and we had watched some film on Casey, and we knew they were physical and tough and all of those things. So I was glad we were able to play this game because I knew the girls were tired and they were going to be in a battle, and so I wanted to see how they would respond to a fight. And it wasn't pretty at all times, but I gave them credit because they made all of the plays when they needed to and helped secure that third win.
And we have Bella Moberly. Bella, what were your thoughts on the game? I mean, you seemed like you were right down there kind of neck to neck with them and elbow to elbow.
Yeah, at the beginning I kind of made some mistakes, but we all did. We just got to push through it and get through it the second half, and we came out with it, so that's all that matters.
So what about the physical part? It seems like you and Casey County was kind of battling in there, but you kind of always come out on the winning side. 13 points tonight, a good effort.
Yeah, thank you. You just got to play your hardest, and in the end, you get what you want from it if you play your hardest. That's all you got to say.
Now, Coach, what about your next opponent?
We play Simon Kenton on Tuesday in the Billy Hicks Classic. They're one of the better teams in Northern Kentucky right now. They've had some really good wins against some top 25 teams this past week. So the first half lulls we tend to have, we know we cannot have anything like that on Tuesday, or it's going to be a long night. So we'll go back, we'll enjoy this one tonight, and then we'll start getting some film on them and get as prepared as possible.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Lady Eagles 3-0 on the season, back in action Tuesday versus Simon Kenton at the Billy Hicks Classic up in Georgetown. Madison Central's Lady Indians are 2-0 after the first week of the season. 2 home games, 2 victories. It was 45-25 on Tuesday over Berea Community and 56-44 Friday over Rockcastle County. In the win over Berea, Bailey Hensley 18 points, 7 rebounds, Natea Strader with 9 points. And in the victory over Rockcastle County, it was Bailey Hensley with 19 points and 11 rebounds, and Brittany Campbell with 13 points. It was 44% shooting for Madison Central in that game, 15 of 23 from the free throw line. And afterwards, got a chance to talk to Coach Scott True. Madison Central High School, where the Lady Indians have opened the season with a 45-25 win over Berea. New Madison Central head coach Scott True. Your first game, and you go back in the locker room and you get drenched. Your players ambushed you, didn't they?
Yeah, I told them, I said, you have to celebrate the wins. You can't get too high and too low in a big, long season. And they decided to celebrate with a water night. So it's all good. It was fun.
Yeah, well, luckily you're wearing a waterproof shirt.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
Well, a really solid defensive effort from you guys, only giving up 25 points. Maybe not greatest offensive performance. I'm sure you would have liked it a little bit better, but it's first game.
Yeah.
I think a 20-point win still all good.
Yeah, and we're still, doing lineups and just things. It's early, and of course Berea was too. We didn't shoot it particularly well. We were only about 50% from the foul line tonight, and the 2 scrimmages we were about 75% from the foul line. So we got to do a little bit better job there. We haven't seen a lot of zone. Both teams we played had a lot of man in the scrimmages. We haven't seen a lot of zone, so we gotta go back and work on that. And we gotta have, we just gotta make some shots. I felt like we made a couple early, thought we were gonna settle in, and then we missed 4 or 5 in a row. and it kind of bothers us. But I really like the fact that we continue to defend and we continue to rebound, and that allows us to keep the lead.
Yep, you had showcasing that depth in the first half there. You played 9 kids. You did have quite a few fouls there in the first half, but which allowed you to showcase that depth, but you can go that deep.
Well, and we're going to be 9 or 10 deep most nights, and really it's my fault. Should have probably played 10 a little more tonight and done that. But at the same time, I think that depth really pays off in the fourth quarter. I didn't know if they had the legs to make a run at us because we played at depth and we're playing full court. We got to be a little better in transition tonight. We had been early. We weren't tonight. Turned over a couple times, but we're looking for it, so we'll keep working at it.
Yeah, I think it was still a competitive game at the half, and then Bailey had 2 fouls in the first half, came back out in the second half, and scored about 10 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, we had a very intentional conversation about not forgetting that 42 was in there, and we got to those looks early, and I feel like we relaxed a little bit, and then that settled us down, and we're still very young at the guard spot, playing a lot of sophomores and a freshman backup post, so. A little bit of nerves tonight, I think, but hopefully that'll be better on Friday. And it better be because Rockcastle's really good.
All right, well, congratulations. Go in there and get dried off, man.
Thank you. All
right, 2-0 in the season for the Lady Indians. They're back in action Monday at Henry Clay. Great community. We told you they opened the season on Tuesday with a 45-25 loss at Madison Central, but they bounced back in a big way on Friday night, picking up a 44-37 win on the road over a really good Paris team. But flashing back to that Madison Central game, it was Abby Beard with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Mandy Newman with 6 points. The Lady Pirates were just 1 of 13 from three-point range, shot just 29.6%. But against Paris, they bounced back in a big way. Abby Beard, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Maddie King with 9 points as well. They shot 50% from the field and picking up their first victory of the season. Berea back in action Tuesday night at home against Lafayette. And the Model Lady Patriots had a pair of home games to open the season. On Tuesday, a 32-29 loss to Brown, and they bounced back on Saturday with a 53-37 win over Beth Haven. In the loss to Brown, it was J.D. Balzer with 15 points and Avery Tuttle with 6 points. The Lady Patriots shot just 29.7% from the field in that game, were 6 of 13 from the free throw line. Then in the win over Beth Haven, it was J.D. Balzer again, 14 points. And Maya Bondari, 13 points, and she hit 3 threes in that game. Lady Patriots outscored Beth Haven 14-3 in the third quarter to open up a close game. So afterwards, got a chance to talk to Scotty Sutton, the coach at Model, about their first victory of the season. We're here at Model Lab School where the Lady Patriots have picked up a 53-37 win over Beth Haven to earn their first win of the year. And Scotty Sutton's first win as a head coach in, 7 years?
Yeah. But that's a long drought.
You haven't been coaching in 7 years, though. But congratulations, though. I mean, it's 2 games in for these girls, and they've shown a lot of progress already.
I'm so proud of them. That's what I told them in the locker room. Even with Meet the Patriots, we were playing each other, and you could tell they were nervous and they didn't play well. And then we lost both scrimmages. But never, not one time did they come in after a game and they didn't want to work. They always wanted to work, tell us what we can do to get better. And then we lose, a heartbreaker on, against Brown on Thursday night. And again, we had practice the next day and they were ready. And we went through the game plan. We had a shortened practice, as you know, because of the parade. We had to get out of here. And yet we came out and executed that. And that's why I was so proud of them. I'm happy for them. It's really important that they see some success with all the hard work that they put in.
Yeah, and you got to be happy with your defense with just 69 points in 2 games.
Yeah, it's, and tonight we knew what we needed to shut down the Mattingly girl. When I saw her earlier in the week, she made a lot of threes. And I felt like we had pretty decent defense, but she was still making some. So we made an adjustment at halftime and just said, all right, we're going to go a box and chase her, which is really something we haven't worked on a lot. But I thought we executed it, and we kept her to 1 basket in the second half. So very pleased with that.
Yeah, your offense is coming around. You almost scored 32 the other night, but better tonight. And J.D. Balzer, man, if people don't know who J.D. Balzer is, they better find out. She's led you in scoring in both games.
Yeah, she's doing well. Just so young, but. Every day she's out there. Like before we even get started, you'll walk out there and she's got 2 balls in her hand. She's working hard, and she got banged up tonight. Her and Riley both. So I am concerned about that going into Monday. We'll see. I was having a conversation with the trainer, and so concerned about both of them. But hopefully they'll be back.
Yeah, Maya running the point confidently, hit a couple threes tonight too.
She did, and you and I talked about that in the preseason. She is just so smart, and she runs the team so well, and she's always I love the eye contact she makes with me. All right, what do we need to do better? Let's get in the offense. Let's do this. So just thrilled with her.
And like you said, LCA coming up next week, so
yeah,
the first big challenge.
Yeah, Monday night going to LCA. So we'll take a look at them, and we got to go over there and believe that we can win. That's the biggest thing, is just believe we can win.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
All right, Lady Patriots 1-1 on the season, back in action Monday at LCA. Moving over to the boys' side of things in high school basketball. Madison Central started off the season on Monday night with a tough loss down at Pulaski County, 71-70, but they also bounced back in a big way. Friday night at home, 74-48 win over 11th region rival Lafayette. In the loss to Pulaski County, it was Robbie Todd, 21 points, Hagen Harrison, 21 points, and Jalen Davis, 20 points. And then against Lafayette, Hagen Harrison with 32 points and 5 rebounds. Robbie Todd, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Madison Central shot 52.1% from the floor, 8 of 15 from three-point range, and used a 20-6 run in the second quarter to take control. And afterwards, we had a chance to talk to Alan Feldhaus about the Indians' first victory of the year. We're here at Madison Central High School, where the Indians have picked up a 74-58 win over Lafayette. Coach Alan Feldhaus, you guys dropped a tough one the other night in the season opener down on the road at Pulaski County, but tonight, great bounce back. Really played well on both sides of the court, and just a great all-around effort.
Our energy was much better, much more locked in defensively. So now we've had, 4 days of practice with all of them. We needed those extra 2 because it was bad. Defensively, it was horrible. It was embarrassing. It's nothing like the way we want to play. And you try to tell these kids you go on the road how tough it's going to be, and you give a team like that confidence early, you're going to be in for a dogfight. We just going to play well. But it's probably good for us because that Wednesday afternoon clips from the game that wasn't real pleasant. 73 clips, it wasn't real pleasant. Most of them just breakdowns defense. People just taking us to the rim. So I thought really we were locked in big time defensively. I think they only shot 34% for the game. I don't remember too many drives beating us off the dribble. We scored enough points the other night to win. It wasn't the offense, even though our offense really wasn't good. We moved the ball better, right? It was our defense, and it's what I said from day one. How far we go will depend on how well we are on the defensive end of the floor. So I like the energy and focus on the defensive end a lot better tonight.
Yeah, Hagen, finally get to see him here at home for the first time, and he hangs 32. Not too bad.
It was easy. It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Easy 32. It's nice to have a point guard finally that can get by people and finish at the rim. Not only shoot, but can finish at the rim. He was just going by the point guard there in the second half and get some layups. You need those easy layups.
Cameo from Jaden Wester.
Oh yeah. Jaden, he had no clue. He didn't even register with him.
It's all right. We love Jaden. It's all right. And just Tuesday over there, GRC.
Yep.
Defending state champs.
Defending state champs. One team in the state. So the game really doesn't mean anything other than it's another good game for us to figure out, what we need to do. I just want us to compete and play hard defensively. We'll see what happens. So it's a good opportunity for us. We're looking forward to it.
All right, congratulations.
All right, thanks.
1-1 on the season, and a big one coming up next as they head over to GRC on Tuesday night to take on the defending state champions from Clark County. Madison's Southern boys basketball team had a busy first week, 3 games. Interestingly enough, 2 of those in Georgetown, but not against teams from Georgetown, playing in a couple of different events up there. But on Tuesday, it was a 54-53 loss to Collins at Georgetown College. Friday, they came home and rolled to a 93-22 win over Cordia. And then Saturday, we're back in Georgetown again to pick up a 75-57 win over Greenwood. And the win over Collins, it was Jay Rose 24 points, or the loss to Collins, to Jay Rose 24 points, Braden Hudson 17 points. And this game was tied in the final seconds. Madison Southern was called for an offensive foul with, I think it was 0.4 seconds left on the clock. Collins went to the line and hit 1 of 2 free throws, and that was the difference in the game. Then on Friday night, This was as lopsided a high school basketball game as you'll see. It was Madison Southern was up 31-0 over Cordia after the first quarter, and just rolled from there. Micah Whitaker, 17 points. Kason Nabi with 12 points as well. And after this victory, our buddy Ricky Elkins had a chance to talk to Coach Bill Bevins.
Here we are at Madison Southern tonight, a big win for the Madison Southern Boys Eagles, 93-22 over Cordia. Here we have head coach Bill Bevins. Coach, your thoughts on the game? I mean, the first quarter, and you kind of just took off after that.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to come out and just play and just see what we could do. It's our first home game. We wanted to have a home opener against somebody that we could have a game with, and we appreciate these guys for coming down. We had some teams scheduled, and we had some cancellations, and we ended up getting Cordia to come down. We appreciate those guys coming. We know they've been through a lot. Their whole community's been down and out with flooding and all that stuff for a while, so we really appreciate them coming down. I thank those guys a lot. I know it was a long trip for them, so we came out and just tried to play and just play our game and get one under our belt.
Kind of a different tale from Collins the other night. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so that Collins game, that was game one. We were coming out. We knew they were a good team. We felt like we were a good team. I still feel like we are a good team. We came out on the wrong end of that one. We had our opportunities. That was a tough one. It being our first one, it came right down to the wire, and I think they had a free throw with less than a second left to win the game. Yeah, that was tough, right? And our guys were a little upset. I think they've used that as a little fire and motivation. I think they're ready to go. We've got a big one on the schedule tomorrow. We are up at Great Crossing against Greenwood, so I think our guys are locked and loaded and ready to go for that one.
Well, we want to wish you the best of luck, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, then on Saturday up in Georgetown against Greenwood, it was a 27-10 run in the third quarter that helped the Eagles pull ahead and pick up the win up there. Jay Rose, 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists, and Zach Hudson with 25 points as well. 2-1 on the season for the Eagles. Back in action Tuesday at Danville Christian. The Berea Community Boys had a pair of home games to open up the season this past week. On Monday, a 71-58 loss to Southwestern, and then on Saturday, a 69-38 win over Robertson County. And in the loss to Southwestern, it was Cam Puckett with 19 points, Tommy Vanderman 15 points, and Cannon Cummings with 10 points. The Pirates were 5 of 17 from three-point range. And against Robertson County, Berea ran out to a 23-6 lead in the first quarter, was up by 25 points at halftime. It was Liam Brewer hitting 7 three-pointers, finished with 21 points. Cannon Cummings had 19 points as well. And after the game on Saturday, our friend Ricky Elkins had a chance to talk to Coach Eric Fields and Cannon Cummings.
Here we are at Berea Community High School. Big win for the Pirates today. We have Coach Eric Fields and Cannon Cummings. 69-39 win. Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
I thought that we came out defensively and played really hard defensively, and I think we shared the ball too. That's two things that we really talk about in practice: is sharing the ball and playing and getting down defensively. Okay, there's a lot of work we still have to do. Good win for the guys today, but we came out ready to play today.
Okay, and we have Cannon Cummings. Cannon, pretty physical in there. You guys seem to be handling it pretty good though tonight.
Yes, sir. We're really young, but I think that we're starting to buy into the program. And that's really all coach can ask for. And I think that our toughness, we can go against anybody. You think your youth is a big plus for most teams? Yes, sir. Because I feel like there's a lot of ambitious guys on this team. I feel like there's something that they have to work for, and it's more than just they were given the spot. Then they have to earn it. Okay, Coach. What about your next opponent?
We've got Bluegrass United next. It's a home school out of Lexington. They're pretty solid guys. They've had a solid program for the past few years, and they lost a lot last year, but they still have a lot of experience. And we've got to, like I told the guys, they're off tomorrow, but we got to get back in the gym and prepare for them on Tuesday.
Okay, we want to wish you good luck and congratulations on a big win today.
Thank you.
Berea Community 1-1 on the season, back in action at home on Tuesday against Bluegrass United. Busy week for the Model Patriots. They played 3 games. Tuesday, a 59-42 win at home over Trinity Christian. And Thursday, a 52-49 loss at Williamstown. And Friday, a 73-56 loss at Morgan County. In the win over Trinity Christian, it was Cale Vickers with 24 points, including 6 3-pointers, and Keshav Bandari with 10 points. In the loss to Williamstown, it was Cale Vickers with 12 points, 4 more 3-pointers for Cale. Leighton Coleman with 9 points and 8 rebounds. And in the loss to Morgan County, it was Keshav Bandari with 15 points, Cale Vickers with 11 points, and Riley Millette with 10 points. Back in action Tuesday at home for the Patriots against Wellsprings Guardians, and Model 1 and 2 on the season. And that wraps up a busy week of high school basketball here in Madison County. And this also was the first week of high school wrestling as well. And Madison Central opened up its season on Saturday at home with the Tomahawk Duels, a 10-team event. Madison Central went undefeated, beating West Carter, Greene County, North Hardin, and Bullitt East, and then faced off against Bullitt Central in the championship round and picked up a 53-24 win. 6 wrestlers on the day go undefeated for Madison Central: Diego Peltier, Gavin Kinley, Logan Cantrell, Robert Nardali, Sam Mullins, and Eli Fatua. And afterwards, I got a chance to talk to Coach Chad Fife about the season opening victory for the Indians. Here at Madison Central with wrestling coach Chad Fife. The Indians just took first place in the season opening Tomahawk Duels, winning all 4 of their matches today. Congratulations, Coach. It's a good way to open the season. Officially, I know you've had a couple of scrimmages, but this is the first official match.
Yeah, no, today went smooth. We had 10 teams come to the Tomahawk Duels here today. We were in 2 pools of 5. And then the winners wrestled the winners, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s. So we made it to the finals. We wrestled Bullitt Central, not Bullitt East. We wrestled both of them.
You beat them too, though.
Yeah, we wrestled Bullitt Central in the finals, and they had a pretty good team. And I think we went undefeated today, so it was a good start. Got a lot of mat time in. We're a young team this year, so got. The more mat time and experience we can get, the better. Our guys have been around for a while. They put so much work in the off season. It pays off when you come out here to events like this and they see it, and it's rewarding for them to get get that feedback, almost like go out there and compete, and you see the work pays off, and it's good. Lucas Hutchinson actually lost today against one of the top competitors in the state, Braden Herron from North Hardin, and we were really anticipating that matchup. That's one of the reasons they came here, so Lucas and Braden could wrestle. And he lost that match, but it was a good experience, good fight. He's made tremendous gains this offseason.
Okay.
Our lone senior, Robert Nardelli, looked great today. He went undefeated. Diego Peltier, he looked awesome today. Eli Fatua, we had, what'd you say, 6 undefeated? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we look solid today.
Okay. All right, what's up next for you guys?
All right, so next week we're kind of splitting up. So next week we're taking our veteran guys up to the Ryle Raider Rumble. It's one of the most probably competitive individual tournaments that they have throughout the state of Kentucky each year. So we're going to take our veterans up there, and then our younger guys are going to go to Dunbar Duels in Lexington. All right,
well, the Indians will be back in action this coming Saturday at the Ryle Raider Rumble up in northern Kentucky. Moving on to EKU hoops, men and women had just 1 game each this week. The men had not played a game since November 23rd, since before Thanksgiving, but they were back on the court Friday and in Virginia against James Madison, and it could not come up with a victory. It was 97-80 for James Madison. Devontae Blanton, 17 points, Tayshawn Comer, 11 points, and Isaiah Kozar with 11 points and 5 rebounds. EKU shot just 43.5%, was 10 of 29 from the field. 4-4 on the season for the Colonels, and they have a big test coming up on Wednesday when they travel down I-75 to take on Tennessee, the Volunteers down in Knoxville. Women hadn't played since November 27th, but they were back on the court as well on Friday, up in Oxford, Ohio, to take on Miami University, and it was the Redhawks picking up a 73-68 win over the Colonels. Antoinette Walker with 24 points and 9 rebounds. Danielle Rainey with 11 points, and Alice Recanati with 10 points. 16 turnovers for the EKU women. They are now 4-4 on the season. They're back in action on Thursday at Northern Kentucky. Berea College men's and women's hoops. 2 games for the men this past week. They were at the Bob Jones Classic in Greenville, South Carolina. On Friday, they took on Bob Jones University and suffered an 86-74 loss, and then bounced back on Saturday with a 91-76 victory over Warren Wilson. Now they go to 5-4 on the season. Against Bob Jones, they were down 17 at the half and shot just 41%, including a 6 of 29 from three-point range. Trey Minner with 29 points in that one. Isaac Caudle, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and those 7 rebounds pushed him over 500 for his career. In the win over Warren Wilson on Saturday, 28 assists for Berea College, a new program record. 8 different players had at least 1 assist in that game. Isaac Caudle, 20 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Jarrell Montgomery, 18 points and 6 assists. And Trey Minner with 13 points and 7 assists. 5-4 on the season for the Mountaineers. They're back in action Wednesday at Spalding. The Berea College women opened up play in the Collegiate Conference of the South this past weekend. On Saturday, a pair of road games. On Saturday, 75-28 win at Wesleyan College, and then on Sunday, a 75-35 win at Agnes Scott. In the win over Wesleyan, it was Drea Satori with 20 points, and Destiny Combs with 17 points and 11 rebounds. 5-0 on the season for the Lady Mountaineers, 2-0 in the CCS, and they will be back in action Thursday at Spalding. And one other news note to pass along to you, cross country. It was Madison Central freshman Shelby Lamb competing at the AAU Girls High School Nationals in Knoxville, Tennessee on Saturday, and she finished in 8th place overall. Her team, the BKC Thoroughbreds, finished second, just 1 point out of first place. So we have a lot of good cross-country runners in this in this county, and this is the next one coming up, folks. Shelby Lamb, she's already done great things here locally, and we're going to continue that along. So congratulations, Shelby, on a great performance at the AAU Nationals in Knoxville. So coming up, you don't want to miss this, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have Coach William Blair here in just a minute, along with Hayden Kaiser and KJ Wells.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. And by KYmedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
All right, well, welcome back. We are joined by new Madison Central football coach William Blair, and like I said, forever I'm going to call you William Blair, like Coach Holcomb did. I'm forever and ever, because that's what old coach called you, and I think it's appropriate, right?
Yeah,
Blair.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids they learned a lot of new words with Coach Holcomb. They were old words. He just put his little twist onto it. So,
yeah. Well, congratulations. I know it's been a few days now. You were out of town. Kind of sunk into you yet that you're a head coach again? It was about 10 years ago, your first time being a head coach, but kind of sunk in yet?
I was actually talking to my wife about it sitting there, and then when I was at the state championships with me and Coach Holcomb, and he got to see Justin win a state championship.
Yeah.
And he got kind of emotional and was just happy for him. Then last night driving home, Keegan, a former player, a guy that coached with me at one time, he won a state championship, and I was just sitting there going, man, I'm getting up in age, and now the guys I used to coach are having such great success, and then this is what a head coaching's about. This is what So that's when it really sunk in. Like, man, you'll see the success of these young men later in life, and I'm at that point now. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you're still just a young man though. You're just going to turn 30. What, next year? You said
39. I'll turn 40 next year.
Oh, 40. That's right. 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you a little bit there.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talked to you guys at the press conference, and I think everybody kind of felt this was going to come at some point. Mike obviously is not a spring chicken anymore. He wasn't going to be around for the long haul. His wife had some health concerns a couple of years ago, so I guess everybody kind of felt this was coming, and I think everybody kind of felt that you were the guy that was kind of being groomed for that position.
Well, it goes with the confidence Coach Holcomb had in me, and then Mr. Fritz, the principal. They saw the body of work and my maturation of becoming a head coach and handling some of the situations that Coach Holcomb with having to be away a few days or a couple practices or couldn't be at the school all the time. I handled a lot of those things, and so I matured, and they got to see how I handled those, and I thought think that had a lot to play with it as well. You know, handling the student body, our student athletes in the student body. You know, with all the things going on in the classroom, and you know, extra stuff. Sometimes they get into, and I have to go. Well, he's a good boy. You know, come here, let me talk to him.
Yeah, I would say because Mike really wasn't around this school because he's retired, and you know he's back home most of the time, and so yeah, you were kind of the hands-on person.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was good for me because that really got me in a situation where I can meet a lot more people. And knowing who's at the bus garage, who do I need to call at the bus garage? Who, you know, the ladies in the lunchroom, you know, they prepare food for the kids. So I was handling a lot of things of that nature, you know, helmets, equipment, calling and getting those things done. That exposed me to the community and the people in the community, which, you know, sometimes as an assistant you don't get that opportunity. You just focus on coaching your position and being there at practice. You know, most time as an assistant when you're not at practice, you're not involved in football, but being a head coach, it's around the clock.
Yeah. And you talked about this at your presser. You were a head coach a long time ago for 1 year at Trimble County, and you said quite honestly and openly, you said you weren't ready for it. You weren't even 30 years old at that point. You were a young man, and you did it for 1 year, and you know, I guess you quickly found out you weren't ready for all that, I guess.
Yeah, and I learned what it was is it's not just the X's and O's and running drills.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more to it, and there were some other things that I wanted to be able to go do. You know, I got engaged. I was getting in my master's program, and you know, sometimes you can put too much on your plate and you make too many sacrifices. You make a wrong sacrifice, and I didn't want to put myself in that position. I had a lot of friends who had done that before, and it just didn't seem to work out, and I didn't want to do that. And also that maturity of wanting to learn, I think I've always had. And I went straight to Larry French in Boyle County. I said, hey, I'm a little Trimble County head coach, but hey, can I coach your freshman? And that's what I did. I went from coaching a varsity back to freshman. And to me, it's not about titles. It's about the kids and the respect for the game. You know, I like being on TV and stuff like that. That's fine, but you know, I'm more excited to see our kids on TV than myself.
Yeah, and you spent 7 seasons with him from at Boyle, and then when he went to Southwestern, you went with him there. And I mean, I imagine you've learned more than you can ever tell, I guess, from that man.
And I'm still learning. I call him up. You know, I'm like, all right, what do I need to do? He goes, well, find people you trust, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm looking for those people that I can trust, which I've already got a pretty idea. It's not new to me. It's not a new area. So going back to being exposed to people and around town and things of that nature.
Yeah, I'm sure people are asking you already about your staff. I know it hadn't even been a week yet, but do you given much thought to that yet, or you want to keep some people, bring some new people in? I mean, I'm sure it's be some sort of mix there, right?
Yeah, I want to talk to everybody individually, and because you know some people may have plans. Like sometimes it's hard to go say, Coach, I'm not going to coach next year, and you know because they feel like they'll upset you or something. I'm pretty open, but I'm going to talk to everybody and see what their plans are and what they want to do, and see how it'll fit into what I want to do.
Yeah, and plenty of good choices around the area. So.
Oh, absolutely. There's quite a few on staff that I may have to start bargaining if they say I don't know. I'm like, well, how can I sweeten the pot for you?
Yeah. Well, the last 2 years, Coach has always been, Coach Holcomb was offense, you were defense, and you've been defense, 17 years now? You've been basically a defensive coach for almost that entire time.
Yeah,
right?
now at Boyle County, I coached the offensive line.
Okay.
And I coached the offensive line at Southwestern the first few years until we had a younger guy that was able to learn to pick up, and then I could just focus on defense. So offensive line's one of my pedigrees, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, you played Rockcastle. That's where you were, right? Offensive, defensive line.
I was a middle linebacker and offensive line. Yeah, center. I played center. So.
Yeah, and even little long snapper and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. That was just a little extra thing. You have a long snapper. That got me exposed to what real athletes were in the SEC.
Yeah. Well, you ended up just going to UK just for one year. How many years were you at UK?
I was there for 2 years.
Okay.
And but I was only active on the roster for 1 year. So.
Okay. Did you actually get into any games or anything?
There's a couple games I got in, and I did some good things.
I feel a good story coming on here.
Well, Coach Brooks he's a grizzly guy. I mean, but he loves his players, but he's old school, and you're going to do things right, and you're going to do it so many times you can't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. And it was against Mississippi State. And I went in to snap. Well, we were beating them 42-7, and they just went full-out blitz. And, man, they were mad. They were not happy. They jumped I guess I had an indicator or something that they jumped on. Well, I go to snap it, and the guy jumps it. He hits me before I can even release the ball. Well, the ball dribbles back there. My helmet rolls off. And I was sitting there going, "Where's the flag?" Yeah. And I guess the referees are trying to get out of there. Yeah. And then I come over to the sideline, and in a few choice words, Coach Brooks he reminded me that was not a good snap. But we'll fix that this week at practice. So, some of these guys
supposed to be protected alongside. We're supposed to.
That's what I thought. That's where I was like, well, we got but that's one of the things. Sometimes it's called a little tough love, and some of these players, they've seen it already for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you mostly focus on defense the last, a decade or so. Would you like to turn it over to an offense coordinator, or are you going to be kind of a hands-on guy? Like I said, that's how Mike did it. Mike basically said, "You run the defense, I'll run the offense," and that was kind of how it was. So, what are you kind of thoughts on how that's going to be looking forward, or just depend, I guess?
It just depends on what comes available and goes with what we want. And the athletes we have, like Coach Holcomb, he's been known as throwing the ball around, but we ran for 3,000 yards. We did a lot of running, and so it's not so much the scheme in high school, because in college ball you recruit for your scheme, and then sometimes you got to, in high school it's like, all right, this is what we have. Mm-hmm. We're not going to make excuses. We've got what we need. Let's just do it this way. We won't throw the ball 35 times. Yeah. We'll throw it to keep people honest.
Yeah. Everybody thought when he came here they'd throw it around a lot, but obviously Coach is a smart enough man to know when you got
I think it was
good running backs, you run the ball.
I think it was one game we didn't complete a single pass, and I was like, has that ever happened? Have you ever done that?
The Oldham County game, I think, right?
Is it Oldham or GRC? One of the two. I can't remember. Yeah. It was like, I don't think we can play a single pass.
You hand it off to Brady every time. Why wouldn't you do that? And run behind Malachi. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
It doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
No.
Obviously we're not. Obviously he's a smart man, and you guys are a smart coaching staff. But it doesn't take. That's pretty simple right there. So, all right. Well, moving forward, you graduated a lot of seniors off this team. So there's going to be some holes to fill. We got a couple of young men here. There are juniors we're going to talk to in a minute who are going to be stepping up into bigger roles. So, I guess talk about these two young men and some other people you're looking forward to next year. I know we're still a long way away, but it's always fun to look ahead.
Well, even in the off season, we've got a lot of goals, and one of the goals is leadership. You work on your next leaders, and even your younger guys' leadership roles that are coming up from freshmen or from the JV team. They're going to be put in positions, and Hayden Kaiser has always been a kid you can talk football with. And he's going to talk football with you. He's going to argue with you. He doesn't make the most best choices who to root for. He's a Cowboys fan, and
so is Randy.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody missed that one. Dropped the ball on that one.
It's America's team. I got the DVD.
But no, he does a great job. He's likable. He's a great student. I had him and I had KJ in class. They're really good students. But they get their work done, and they'd be talking about fantasy football or a college game, or wondering who's getting the transfer portal, or where they're going to go. And it's just kind of fun. They're fun to be around because they talk about the game, and so he has that ability to pull in the younger guys as well and do a good job. KJ's the same way. KJ, he knows football inside and out, and so looking for a lot of leadership from him, just because he's around it. When he goes home on the weekends, he's around it all the time. So he that's what he lives it. I mean, and that's what I'm excited about. Those two guys, because a lot of times you talk to a kid and they're like, well, what game did you watch this weekend? He goes, I didn't watch. I played video games all weekend. And you're like, man. And in the coaching world, a lot of coaches are like, kids don't watch football anymore. Like, they don't watch the game. They just think it's just you just go and do drills, and it's still a game.
Yeah.
But these two get that. They do that. They have those conversations. It's fun. On the offensive line, it's pretty exciting. You got Max Murphy and Ayari and Aiden Howard. Those guys coming back, and there's some younger guys that are really going to help us out. I think that are going to be coming up that may just be sophomores, and we saw a glimpse of them in the playoffs with Tremblay and Burt. And then I really do think one of the keystones to the team, as far as leadership, is Rylan Rose. You talk about a tough guy. You talk about a guy who doesn't care to use his voice, and also show it. You know, he's the guy that says, "I'll show you how to do it. Let's do it. This is the way it needs to be done."
Okay.
And I'm really excited for him. Chris Minner and Corey Chapman, our defensive line coach and strength and conditioning coach, think a lot of his leadership will determine, how the summer goes and this off season goes, going into the season.
Okay. Well, we saw your family at the press conference. So tell us a little bit more about your wife and your kids.
Well, my wife, she and I have been together since high school. So I think it's 2022. We've been together since.
You better not get the number wrong.
Oh, I know. We went on our first date on September 15th, 2001. So I do know that's when we officially. So I've got that one. So over 21 years. But she works at White House Clinics. She's a part of the administration up here, and she's been involved in that since we got married over 10 years ago. So then I've got a 7-year-old little girl at Harper, and then 5-year-old little Brooks, and then my little 1-year-old Kellen. She's the ham of the group. So she sometimes steals the spotlight. So, they're good. My dad works at the depot. My mother works over at Intersys over here, and I've got a lot of family here. And my wife's mother lives over here on Barnes Mill, so we're up here all the time.
Yeah. You're actually born in Richmond, right?
Yeah, I was born right over here at Patty Clay. I guess it's Baptist Health or something else. Yeah, Patty Clay. It was I think we took 25, and it was maybe a one road. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah. Well, so now you're the head coach. Are we still going to see you dancing? Can a head coach dance? Can he still dance? You think, guys?
I'm gonna have to get with our dance team coach. I mean, she's a national championship.
Mary Margaret, you're on line one.
She's gonna have to give me some clues, some tips, or something. I tell you what, you talk about a lady that works. She is a worker, and I enjoy. She brought her girls up to the Ballard game, and I mean she loves Madison Central. And it's fun to be in a place. That's what I've really soaked up since I've been here.
He didn't say yes or no, guys. What do you
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, you are? Okay. Oh, I think you're still on the hook for dancing.
We'll see. I tore my ACLs. I don't know how much I got.
All right. Well, I went back and I pulled up your UK, your profile when you were at UK, your player profile, and now we're gonna pull the prop out. Now it said on there your interests include playing chess. Do you like playing chess, or were you just putting that on there to goof around?
Ask Kaiser.
Does he play chess?
Oh,
so you do play chess?
Yeah, I've played a lot of chess.
Okay.
I think the last time I played Kaiser, I beat him in 4 moves.
4 moves.
I don't know how to play chess.
Should we get him up here and he play? You guys can play a quick game. Come on, Hayden. Because I can't play chess. Randy plays chess.
Yeah, but hey, it's been a while. Hey, I caught my grandkids. So, I mean,
you can stand right there if you want. Here, we can just stand right there. All right. Are they all in the right places?
Me first?
He's got a date tonight, so we'll make this quick. He's got a date with his wife. I'm going to make sure we say that.
Okay.
Well, you've already lasted 2 moves. So that's good.
Please get out of here. Need to let you do that, bro.
Do you think this helps coaching wise? I mean, do you think this helps the strategy?
It can only go straight.
What do you mean? Like,
it only can attack sideways.
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Can't move. He can't move either.
You want Randy's help? Randy, come help out.
You know how to play.
Oh, that camera ain't moving. You ain't doing nothing back there.
It's what they want to see.
Yeah.
He's thinking about this. I'm just moving.
Probably about 7 moves ahead.
Can I do that?
You can take it, yeah. No, you don't jump it. It's not checkers.
Oh, you just take it. It goes back out there.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you glad we didn't ask you, KJ?
You know, I don't know.
If y'all think this is bad, you should turn on Jeopardy.
Now we can do that too. We can have every week we can do Jeopardy in here.
That's bad.
And my grandkids broke the queen's head, so.
No. I said it lasted more than 7 moves, 4 moves this time.
Checkmate. It's checkmate.
What? Oh, the game's over?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You made it 11.
Just go ahead and knock your king over.
How do you do it?
Full effect there, so.
Well, how did you get into chess, and do you think it helps you with coaching?
My dad absolutely loved chess. Yeah. There was an old game that you put a board up and you'd set these little arrow guys up, and like he was military, so it was all about strategy and stuff like that, and put a board up, and so then I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And,
me too.
But chess was the one my dad loved taking in chess, and he'd play me and my cousins. He'd have 3 boards up, and he just plays all 3 of them. And I'm 39 years old and still never beat him.
Wow.
So there you go.
Sorry, Hayden.
I've lost count of how many players have tried. So.
Poor guy's injured. We drag him up here to get his butt kicked at chess. Well, there you go. Well, that's interesting. Like I said, and that's a lot. It's a lot of coaching right there, though. I mean, it's pieces.
That's improvement.
Yeah.
That is an improvement.
On how to move it, though.
I'll tell you what you did good at the beginning.
What I did?
You protected it. You protected.
He was protected.
Oh yeah.
You protected the 5th quadrant right there. It's not a quadrant, but the 5th part of the board. You got the 4 corners and the part in the middle. So no, it's fun. I play chess on my phone every day.
All right. I saw that on your player profile, and sometimes people will put goofy stuff.
Yeah,
on there,
I really did. I was a president of
like
chess club and
or something, So, well, there you go. So you can be a chess club guy and a football player.
Oh, absolutely. And Mr. Dollar, he's over our eSports guy, and I'm talking with him all the time. And so that's pretty exciting. We got some guys that will be going to the UK, and that's going to be fun. So we're not only dominating football on the actual turf and grass, we're doing it online too. So
awesome. Well, I know, like I said, you got to get out of here. You got a date night with your wife. So what are you guys going to see?
We're going to go to the Lexington Opera House. Leanne Morgan, the comedian. That's what she wants to do. I mean, this is probably the first time me and her's been out since football season started without any kids. So
keep mama happy.
That's it. That's it.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by and taking some time with us, and congratulations. And we look forward to working with you. I know you said you're gonna do a spring game this year, and you have some other things going on. So we're excited to hear what.
Ready to get the community involved. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right, we'll be back in a minute with Hayden and KJ.
All right.
With no chess. We're not gonna play chess anymore, though.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, super fast internet, simply a better connection. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. And by KYmedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by Hayden Kaiser and KJ Wells, and we're not going to ask either one of you to play chess. I promise. You already did that.
Already did.
That was already.
Yeah.
We lasted a little bit longer than the last time we beat you. So.
Of course.
You were like, you wanted nothing.
I didn't start. So.
You're sitting over there, and you're like, no, I'm not getting up there at all. Well, it's it's an exciting time around the football program. I know you have a new coach, but it doesn't feel like it's new. I mean, obviously, William's been here for 2 years as a defensive coordinator. Everybody seems like they're pretty comfortable with him, and I had a feeling he'll probably keep some of the assistants as well, and we'll see how that pans out. But you guys have got to feel pretty comfortable with how things are in the transition, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he's been coaching us for a while. I mean, Holcomb's only around on offense a lot of the time. So it's kind of been having the same head coach now. So.
Yeah, feel pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it feels good to have him. I'm glad it's him and nobody else. Yeah.
Well, all right, so you got any good stories on any funny story? And we heard about the Jeopardy. We heard about chess.
I don't know.
There's a couple on the way to Pikeville. I accidentally sat in the seat on the bus. got kicked to the bag. That's the only one I got. But.
I don't know. We played Jeopardy in class a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like him versus the entire class, and he just smokes us. It's bad.
He seems like he's a lot smarter than everybody else around him. Chess and Jeopardy? He's a smart guy. Or is it just a smart aleck? No, I'm just.
I don't know.
Does he get
I'll catch up.
Does he get every Jeopardy question? I mean, how many?
It's every one. I mean, he doesn't.
I don't know where he puts it. I don't know how he knows it all.
Yeah.
What useless knowledge.
Useless knowledge. Well, we were joking earlier with him about Coach Holcomb and obviously being from Breathitt County and his pronunciation of some words. You have any funny Mike Holcomb pronunciations?
I mean,
besides Blair.
You never know what route to run because of the way he says it.
Yeah. Like arrow route sounds like error.
Like an air route. I don't know what an air route is. I know what an arrow route is. Yeah.
You just have to adjust, right? Mm-hmm. You got any other ones?
I mean, our defense was always like the best part of the team. So like, we got the defensive coach now. Like, yeah.
I think he's throwing some shade on you offensive guys.
Oh, I think we're fine. That's how to execute the game plan.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that defense. You guys go all the way to the region final again. You guys a great year, despite the fact that so many injuries, including you. You're sitting here with a big brace on your leg, knee injury. I mean, it had to feel like at times that it was just like, geez, what's going to happen next? It starts off with Kenyatta and then just goes on from there.
We got really lucky, especially in the regional championship. We didn't have me, Jaden, Brock. Travis wasn't 100%, but he was still playing. But it's not the same.
Yeah, it seemed like the defense took a lot of the brunt of the.
We didn't have anybody on defense at the end of the year. I mean, we had I think in the regional championship we didn't have one starter from the year before out there playing for the entire playoffs. I'm pretty sure the only one was Jaden, and then Jaden didn't play in the regional championship.
It was a lot of injuries on offense too.
Brady was out for 7 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Jaden's out for Pikeville game, and then the regional championships. We were pretty banged up. Yeah.
It's such a contrast to last year. Well, I mean, Kenyatta got hurt last year too, but other than that, you didn't really have any major injuries, and then this year it kind of seemed like it just snowballed one way after another.
We had a lot of people playing both ways too.
Yeah, I think last year that's what made it so good. It was everybody, our whole D-line didn't play any other position but D-line. The whole O-line played no other position but O-line. So everybody was fresh whenever they came on the field.
We only had 2 people that played both ways, Jeffrey and Jaden. And then everybody else just we'd come on and play 3 downs and we'd stop them, and then you'd have a long break because we just ran the ball a lot. So.
Yeah. Like I said, with Coach there, you guys are graduating a lot of seniors. You guys and some other folks are going to have to step up and play bigger roles. And of course, you were already the second leading tackler on the team, despite missing a few games there. But what do you guys see your bigger roles being, and kind of who do you think is going to step up and be leaders with you?
I don't know. Rylan, Brady, a lot of people we played with for a while has been stepping up. When we were sophomores, we were still doing it. We were doing really good. We're all out there still trying to be leaders and everything.
It's just harder to be a leader whenever you're younger. But now that we're all going to become seniors, we'll all take everybody else underneath our wings.
Everybody expects the seniors to step up and be leaders, and sometimes that's just not true. It's easier to be a leader as a senior than it is to be a sophomore and junior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and especially defense with Coach Blair obviously being the head coach now. You got to figure, kind of be the same kind of defense you guys have been running.
I hope so. I hope so.
Been pretty successful, right? So keep going with it. Now, offensively, though, do you guys have any idea kind of?
We haven't even talked about it. We're just worried about staying in the weight room, everybody working out, getting ready for next season.
Yeah, you did have one touchdown this year, got called back. So you were able to play a little bit this year.
Yeah.
And it does have you listed on the roster as a quarterback. Are you going to get a chance
That's what I did play my freshman, sophomore year.
Okay.
I think I'll just stay with receiver. Wherever I can help the team out, that's where I'll play.
Yeah. Did you play a lot of quarterback in JV games and stuff? And freshman
I did,
games?
yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
You like that?
I thought it was fun, yeah. I was
Well, you said you want to stay at receiver, though.
Yeah, I wherever Coach Blair wants me to play, that's where I'll play.
Yeah. That's a good team. Yeah, that's a good team player right there, right, Coach?
I've heard you can long snap. We graduated really good.
I think you just picked up another role, man. But, so just, like I said, so many injuries on this team this past year, and you guys still did great things. Like you said, a lot of younger guys were pressed into action, which will only help down the road.
Yeah, we got a lot of experience during the playoffs, and we got a lot of good freshmen coming up. We just got to make sure they get in the weight room.
Yeah. The guys out there playing.
Yeah, obviously our mindset as a team is to win a state championship, but even with the injuries and what we went through this year, I think we still had a great season.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
And if people say we had a bad season, we made to a regional championship. If the regional championship's a bad season, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what you call upping the standard. Yeah. That's considered a failure. So, that's. All right, so you think you're going to be able to get him coach to dance next year? We were talking about it a minute ago.
For sure.
He was non-committal. He was non-committal over there.
We'll get him dancing at Kroger Field.
You guys loved that, though, didn't you? The best part of the victory. You get the huddle afterwards.
You see Blair do the gritty.
I don't know. It kind of looked like the goofy.
He'd flip that hat backwards.
Him and Brooks doing the gritty.
Maybe we can get Minner or somebody else to do it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. He might tear a hamstring or do something.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate you guys coming by. Looking forward to another exciting season. I know, like I said, it's a new coach, but it doesn't feel like new. Obviously, he's been around here, and and it would certainly make those Central Southern games even more heated, right? Because he was at Southern for 2 years.
Not even a challenge.
Those guys weren't too happy when you left there 2 years ago. So it'll be even more heated now. But it makes for a good rivalry, and it's heated, but it's not nasty. It's a lot of fun. So it's a lot of fun. And it was a heck of a game this last year with them. So that just make it even more fun. So all right, well, I appreciate you guys coming by. Look forward to another great season, and we'll see who dances.
He will be.
Maybe. I think maybe Coach Holcomb will be around. Maybe I'm sure he'll still be at games. So we had some guys on last year. Players, and we had them dance, but you're not going to do it. I'm not going to make you do it. So
you got to catch it. The hobby.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys coming by. I look forward to the 2023 season coming up. So and the spring and everything else. So that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next Sunday with a new edition. Of course, Richmond Register's all the social media sites, Richmond R Sports on Twitter, Register Sports on Facebook, and all that good stuff. YouTube everywhere. It's all over the place. But appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.